Let's face it, we all can improve the way that we take photos and videos. See, lately, I've been trying to challenge myself when it comes down to just creating photos and videos whenever I'm at home in a quote-unquote boring setting. See, I usually just use my Fuji X-E4 and as well now the Sony ZV-E1 to try to do a little bit of just framing or anything that can catch my eye, just to try to take photos or videos to just simply practice. I feel like we always think that we have to find the best locations and the best anything to be able to create the, banger type of photo or the cinematic kind of video. And sometimes we neglect to see that sometimes our home is perfect to be able to go practice, or just something in our immediate area that we can just go ahead and test our skills. For me recently, I've been doing more of this at home, mainly using my Fuji X-E4 for a little bit more of just kind of like story sets, which I've made a video about before, talking about how I use it a lot to make stories for social media posts and seeing the light on something different when it comes down to using this setup versus Sony. But in all honesty, I've also been enjoying now having this camera because the ZV-E1 is just a different type of feel of a camera, because whether it's the compact feel of things or just maybe seeing the custom import LUT that I can see my footage that way a lot easier, I feel a different type of inspiration, which has made me just go ahead and try to improve my skills at home, whether I feel like it's the most amazing location or not. And the reason why I use my example of at home is because most of us spend our time at home and we have a boring room or something that we need to learn how to make interesting. For me, I like to just go ahead and take out my Fuji X-E4 and go ahead and take photos of things that catch my eye, whether it's the lighting, whether it's the colors or whatever it is, just to go ahead and take some photos and try to just do something more interesting than rather just kind of, complain. Because to be honest, it is very easy to get in that rabbit hole of complaining. And I've done it myself, honestly, and even on this YouTube channel where I kind of contemplate how it must be nice to be either living in like New York City because you see all the street photography and architecture, or having a boring hometown where you can't really do much about it. And I've covered that in topics before, which to a certain degree that is true, but it's time to stop making excuses. See, I personally believe that I need to just stop making excuses and going ahead and creating and getting better, whether it's at home, whether I'm traveling, or anything that I've done 1,000 times. I have to try to challenge myself to do something differently because I need to see it in a different light that maybe somebody else would have seen it that way because they've never seen my location or my home or something like that. So that's what I've been trying to do for myself lately. Sometimes I take videos on the Sony ZV-E1, whether I'm gonna post them on social media or not, whether I'm, doing something cinematic or not, but just to try to find something different and, train my eye and try to find something that's just motivating to get better at my skill. Feeling the comfort of knowing what you can do going through the routine is quite a little bit of a danger setting when it comes down to being a content creator, because if you feel too comfortable, to me, I don't think you're growing as a creator or with anything whatsoever. I always tell my students at my tennis academy that if you're feeling comfortable with what we're working on, it's time to move up to the next level and push those boundaries even further to become better. And that can be applied to anything at all, in all honesty, because for me, creating content like where I'm just pointing my ZV-E1 around the house, using my fog machine to make sure that I'm kind of getting that haze that I want to have, to try out different things and try out different scenarios of, just placing the camera a certain way or seeing how the light looks, just to try to challenge myself as well without having to use maybe external lights or anything like that. Maybe using the natural light, like how the sun was hitting behind me and everything, going through and doing the light trails with the hazing is just something that is just challenging for myself to step out of my comfort zone to just get better. And that's probably one of the things that has helped me out recently more is with the Fuji and my Sony ZV-E1 is just challenging myself to create something out of nothing, whether I'm gonna post it on social media or is it for myself to just feel like I'm getting better. That's the ultimate challenge that I feel like has helped me out to just push my boundaries every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, it's probably gonna be hard some days because you're probably gonna see the same thing over and over and you're probably gonna, get tired of it. That happens to me plenty of times and that's okay. But I feel like if we're able to push our boundaries every single day, whether it's a little bit and trying to figure out something different, it's a step into the right direction. So for me, having this kind of camera setup sometimes helped me out to see things in a different light. For you, it could be something different. It could be a new phone that you might have gotten and you're testing out all the time, maybe a new lens of something like that. And that's okay. Find something that'll motivate you and inspire you to go and create something to push your limits. And that's something that I've been enjoying lately so much more here at my house, which honestly, I used to kind of dread just having to shoot here at home because I would feel so uninspired and just kind of dragged down because it didn't feel like it'd be a cool cinematic house like how we see in the movies or other people. And to be honest, you can make it yourself to become cinematic or whatever you want to go with so that it's pleasing to the eye, maybe the different angles, maybe the different lighting, maybe a little bit of haze or not. It's up to you. But for me, it's helped me out to just push my boundaries as a content creator with my photo and video needs so that in case I ever need to bring that to a client or for my YouTube videos, I know I can bring a little bit more confidence into it so that I get the best outcome that I'm trying to get within my camera setup, knowing my ins and out of my camera, composition, lighting, and everything like that. So that's just my thought when it comes down to being a content creator. I feel like sometimes we get too much into the comfort zone that we don't want to push boundaries. And to be honest, this is something that will help you and it helps myself to just become better at what I'm trying to do every single day that I do it. So it's okay to say that you're not as good of a photographer and videographer that you are because it's always good to believe that you can get better. No matter how high up that you are at your level, you always have to believe that you can get a lot smoother shots, a lot better composition, lighting, whatever, when it comes down to your content creation. I believed it as well with my tennis and everything as a kid, for example. I always knew that I could push the boundaries further. And if I felt comfortable, I had to, get out of that comfort to feel that uncomfort again, to be able to know that I'm growing and learning something new to improve my skills. So that's the ultimate thing that I've been doing for myself. I wonder if you're doing anything that helps you to push that creativity or polish up your skills and feel out of the comfort zone that you've been building up for too long, whether it's repeating kind of the style of shooting that you do, is it just, boring or something like that, that maybe you've lost that creativity. It's always good to know what could help you out because you never know, it might help out somebody else as well. So let me know down below what's your method when it comes down to pushing your boundaries to become a better content creator, or do you think you're satisfied where you're at and you're not pushing boundaries? And maybe this video helped you out to rethink things a little bit more to become a better content creator. So let me know down below your thoughts and I would love to have a little discussion with you guys and anybody else that wants to chime in the other comments, as long as you keep it respectful. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.